Hello? 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 Can you hear me? Uh, can you hear me?
Yes, I'm hearing you.
Can you hear me?
Yes, I'm hearing you.
Okay, great. So, how are you?
I'm okay.
Okay. So, are we good for the demo?
Yes.
Okay. So, is Bobby coming?
Yeah, Bobby is on, but I think his audio is out, so he'll be typing.
Okay. Okay. So, I think he has already typed something.
Yes.
Okay. So, I am about to start the demo. Let me share my screen. So, can you see my screen?
Yes, I'm seeing it.
Okay. So, our website is www.findansecure.com. Can you see the website?
Yes.
Okay, fine. So on the website, we have a link called tracking login. So I will click on tracking login, and by clicking on tracking login, I move from the website to the software. Okay, and this software works in multiple languages. So instead of English, I can select some other language, but let me keep it English for the moment. And this software works in multiple time zones. So right now you are in Trinidad. So let me get the time zone of Trinidad. So where is Trinidad? Where is Trinidad? Can you mark Trinidad for me? Can you mark Trinidad for me?
Yes.
Please take the cursor, mouse cursor, and click on Trinidad. Can you see Trinidad?
Right. Yeah. Right there.
Here.
No, you gotta go down a bit.
Okay, let me select this only. Okay. Now I will enter the username and password of a demo account. Okay, and click on sign in. By clicking on sign in, I move from the I get inside the software. Here you can see we have different tabs like messages, account expiry, announcements, support, login information, top alerting trackers, working trackers, weather, and today's fleet. Let me show you each of them one by one. Messages means messaging between the user and the admin. Account expiry means this account will get expired on this date. So if your customer doesn't pay you by this date, you will not be able to log in further. Then announcement, support means support between you and your customer. Login information means current login and last login. Top alerting tracker means which trackers are generating more alerts. 64% trackers are working here. And here in the weather, I can write, for example, Port of Spain. So the weather of Port of Spain will come up here. And if I click on today's fleet, I can see a snapshot of today's fleet. For example, here you can see that Zubar, where one vehicle seems to be working moderate with a total traveling distance of 130 kilometers out of in 4.53 kilometers out of 24 hours. And worst vehicle, distance traveled by each vehicle, distance traveled per day will come up here. Busy drivers, free drivers, top 20 vehicles, best vehicle, worst vehicle, you can see here. And you have a very interesting graph called event graph. Here, if I put my mouse on, let's say, overspeeding. So these 6 vehicles have done overspeeding today. For example, tracker entered geofence. This particular vehicle tracker has entered the geofence. If I can do the other way also. For example, I said this vehicle was Jeet. So these 5 alerts have happened on this particular vehicle. Now let me move further. We have a dashboard where you can see different kind of graphs. For example, distance analysis graph, speed analysis graph, trip analysis graph, track analysis graph, and the vehicle utilization analysis graph. So you can select any vehicle, and for that particular vehicle, you will see all these graphs. Now after this, let me go to live. In live, I will be able to see my entire fleet live on the screen. So let me show you how it works. Let me first zoom out so that you can see more of the world. Now let me click on select all. When I click on select all, you can see 5 vehicles are in North India, 1 is in Sri Lanka, 6 are in Mauritius, 1 is in Nigeria, 12 are in UAE. So this is a demo account. On the left hand side, you can see vehicles in different colors. Like green means it's moving right now, it's all live data. Red is stationary, and yellow means it's idling. The engine is on, but the vehicle is not moving. Purple means it's in a garage or a basement where there's no GPS. And there's a black and green also. It means that the vehicle was working earlier, but it's not working anymore right now. Now, let us say I want to see only those vehicles which are moving right now. So I click on moving, close. So these 3 vehicles are moving right now, rest of those are stationary. Now out of these 3 vehicles, let me select any one vehicle. So I select the second one. So as I click on the second vehicle, you can see this vehicle is right now moving in a place called Port Louis in Mauritius, and it's moving at a speed of 20 km/h. And it is moving since last 13 minutes, 15 seconds. Now, if I click on details, I can get more information about the vehicle. For example, vehicle type, color, identification number, license plate number, all the information about the vehicle can be entered here. Then we have a feature called suppress plotting in private mode. It means if you give the vehicle to an employee, and if the employee goes home, in the evening, employee goes home, so he doesn't want to be tracked. Next day morning, when he comes to work, he wants to be tracked. So you can put a tick mark here, suppress plotting private mode. So there can be switch in the vehicle, private and official. So when he makes it private, there will not be any tracking. Next day morning when he comes to office, and when he makes it official, then only tracking will come. So the privacy of the employee can be protected using this feature. Now let me go to alerts. We have different kind of alerts in the system. Let me show you one alert. It is called emergency button pressed. Now what should happen when emergency button is pressed? Maybe I get an email address, I get SMS, and should I want the email to come all, the alerts to come all 24 hours or during certain specific hours of the day? I can select from here. So this way, let us say if there's any emergency, you press the emergency button and an alert can come automatically. Now we have reminders. We have reminders based on distance, we have reminders based on date, and we have reminders based on engine hours also. So for example, I want that every 10,000 kilometers, oil change reminder should come. So I can write an oil change. It could be battery change, it could be tire change. So I can set as many number of reminders as I want, and I can assign these reminders to multiple trackers also. Here you can see. So I don't have to do it one by one. Similarly, I can have reminder based on date. For example, every 1 year, I can have a reminder that insurance is due. So I can have a reminder that insurance renewal is due on this vehicle. Then I can have a reminder based on engine hours also. There are certain vehicles which are not moving, but the engine is running. Like for example, a transit mixture or excavator. So you can have reminders based on engine hours as well. Now let me close this. Here we can get information about the fuel and the temperature of the refrigerator van. But we are not connected in this particular vehicle. But if we connect, we can see it live here. Then here we can see different kind of events which are happening. In history, I can see where all the vehicle has been traveling on a previous date. For example, for today, I want to see the history since morning. So I click on show history, and the entire journey of the vehicle since morning will come up on the map. Okay, it's come up. Let me zoom in. So it's just coming up. Okay, here you can see the route which the vehicle took since morning. If I want to play the entire route in form of an animation, I can do that. So let me click on that, say 0.1 seconds, and I click on play. So the entire journey can be recreated in form of an animation, which you can see. And the color of the icon is also changing from green to yellow, yellow to red, depending on whether the vehicle is moving or whether it's idling or whether it's stationary. So here you can see the vehicle is here. If I click on the icon, I can see that it's moving at a speed of 26 km per hour, and the time is 10:44 a.m., which is your time in Trinidad. Now let me close this. After history, let me go to settings. In settings, I can enter different information about the basic settings. For example, alerts time zone, kilometers, alert language, map settings. Suppose you have a customer in Port of Spain. When he logs in, he wants to see Port of Spain coming up for the first time. So you can enter the latitude and longitude of Port of Spain, and when he logs in, Port of Spain will come up for the first time. Then we can have something called green zone, amber zone, red zone. If I put, let's say, 80, 100, and 100. So if the vehicle is moving up to 80 km per hour, it will come in green. Between 80 and 100, it will come in yellow. And above 100, it will come in red. But each user can define for himself what is green, amber, and red for him. Then we have something called driver management defaults. Driver duty start time, driver duty end time. I will tell you more about the driver later on in the demo. After settings, let me go to list view. In list view, you will be able to see the entire fleet in form of a list, where you will see the tracker name, date, speed, driver name, location, and duration. So just coming up. Earlier we saw the entire fleet on the map. Now we can see the entire fleet in form of a list. So here it's come up, where you can see the vehicle name, the date, speed, driver name, last known location, and duration, means how long it has been there in that particular status. Now after list view, let me go to landmark. Landmark is like a point of interest. Adding a landmark is very easy in the software, which I'll just show you. So let me type Port of Spain. Okay, and click on search. So this is Port of Spain. Let me zoom in. Now let us say I click on the map somewhere. Let's say I click here. Now I want to create an ATM here. So I write on ATM, select icon of ATM, write on Citibank ATM. Citibank ATM. And click on save. So I get a message, POI saved successfully, and here I can see icon of a ATM and showing Citibank ATM. So in the report you will see vehicle is 1 km from Citibank ATM, comma Piccadilly Street, comma Port of Spain. So Piccadilly Street and Port of Spain is coming from the from Google, and Citibank ATM is coming from the POI that you've created. So identification of place becomes a lot more easier. Identification becomes a lot more easier. Normally you would have seen Piccadilly Street, Port of Spain, and Trinidad and Tobago. But here you will see vehicle 1 km from Citibank ATM. You can create as many POIs as you want. And if your customer already has a POI made in form of an Excel file, he can upload it straight away to the software. He doesn't have to create it one by one. Now after landmarks, let me go to alerts priority. In alerts priority, you can set a priority to each and every alert. For example, you have normal priority, low priority, and high priority. Low priority means it will come only in the software. Normal priority means software as well as by email. And high priority means software, email, and SMS. So, for example, vehicle is being towed away is a high priority. So you will get the alert coming by email also, by SMS also, and in the reports also, in the software also. Now, after alerts priority, let me go to geofence drawing. Geofence is like a virtual boundary. Making a geofence is very easy in the software, which I'll just show you. So let me type Port of Spain. Click on search. Now let us say I want to create a geofence around Port of Spain. So it's very easy. I will just click on the map, and by clicking on the map, I can create a geofence. So I've created a geofence. If I want to make it smaller, I can make it smaller. If I want to make it bigger, I can make it bigger. I can give it a name and save it so that I don't have to create it again and again. I just have to do it only once. So whenever my vehicle enters or leaves the geofence, alert will come. I can also have a circular geofence. So let me click on circular. This is circular geofence. If I want to make it smaller, I can do that. If I want to make it bigger, I can do that. I can drag it, take it wherever I want, give it a name and save it. So here I've dragged it, take it to another location. I've taken to Woodbrook. So I can take it wherever I want. Now, again, I can give it a name and save it. Once I've created the geofences, I go to next section called geofence management. In geofence management, I can assign different tracker to different geofences. For example, I select the vehicle called Wagoner 2977, and I select geofence called Tehran, New Delhi, and Mutina. So I've selected 3 geofences. So whenever my vehicle enters or leaves any of these three geofences, the alert will come. And these geofences can be active always or particular date of month, every day, certain a specific period or weekdays. So I can schedule the geofences. I can also have a speed limit inside the geofence. For example, I put 50. So inside the geofence, if my vehicle goes above 50, alert will come. Outside the geofence, it could be 100 or whatever. So that way, for example, it's a residential area. Now inside the residential area, the speed limit has to be low. So you can create a geofence around the residential area, and if your vehicle goes above 50, inside the residential area, alert will come. After geofence management, I go to route optimization. This again is a very interesting part of the software, which I'll just show you. Let me click on Port of Spain. Now, let me zoom in. Suppose you have to deliver packets in different parts of Port of Spain. So I will click at random in different parts of Port of Spain. Okay. Now, first I will click on get directions. So it is like 90 kilometers and like 2 hours and 41 minutes to go from point A to point B to point C, point D to point D, and so on. But this is not the shortest way. I want to find out what is the shortest route. So what I will do is I click on optimize points and click on get direction once again. So here you can see from 90 kilometers, it has come down to 34 kilometers. And the time has come down to 1 hour and 19 minutes. So the software will tell me go from A to G, G to C, C to B, B to F, F to I, so that I will be able to cover up all the points in the shortest possible distance. I can take a printout of it also and give it to a driver. And I can also optimize it based on toll roads, based on avoid highways, based on traffic also. Then I can optimize it based on geofence locations. I can optimize it based on landmark locations. I can optimize it based on tracker locations. So these are different ways where I can do the optimization of the route. Now after route optimization, let me go to reports. There are many reports in the system, and these reports can be exported in the form of HTML, PDF, or Excel. I can also schedule the reports. When I say schedule, the reports can be delivered to my email automatically every month, every week, or every day. So I don't have to even open the software. The reports will come to my email automatically. Now I will show you 1 or 2 reports. Let me show you one report called consolidated report. I will select a tracker called, let's say, a tracker called Wagoner, and I select, let's say, for last 1 week, I want to see the report. Click on generate. So here you can see a report has come up where you can see the tracker name, date, first ignition. It started at 7:50 in the morning. First ignition location, last ignition location, total stop duration, total movement duration, idling duration, average speed, maximum speed, distance driven on that date, and the driver name if it's there. So this will give you a consolidated report for every day for that particular vehicle. So similarly, there are other reports also, but let's not spend time on the report. Let us move further. And after reports, let me go to driver management. In driver management, you can create drivers. For example, let us say I want to create a new driver. So let us write Bobby. Okay, and each driver can be identified using RFID or I button, or you can have fixed name to the driver, fixed to the vehicle. Each driver information can be entered here, like his picture, license number, all the information of the driver can be entered here, and the working address of the driver, when is the driver on duty, when he works, when he doesn't work, and the home location of the driver, which that can also be entered here. So if the driver goes home during working hours, you will get an alert. So you can make sure that the driver is on duty during working hours. Now, after you created the driver, you can go to you can assign the driver to the entire fleet or to certain selected trackers. That's also possible. Now, after driver management, let me go to school management. Here, what we can do is we can create a school. Let's say I create a school called Delhi Public School. Phone number, city, state, contact email, address, country, and the school GPS coordinates, and the school setting, what time school starts and what time school gets over. After school management, let me go to student management. Here, what you can do is you can create students. For example, I have a student called Dhoni Abreu. I can enter the RFID tag number of the child, gender, class, roll number, contact email of the parents, and contact SMS of the parents, and the home GPS coordinates. Where does the child live? Suppose the child is living in 2 houses, we can have additional home GPS coordinate also, and we can now select which school does she study. So let us say she studies in Delhi Public School. The school timings will come. So we can get an alert on school pickup, alert on school drop, alert on pickup from home, alert on drop at home, and notify distance before drop down. So 250 meters before the bus is about to come, the parents will get a message. So this way, not only can you can track the bus, you can track each every child individually using a combination of RFID and tracking. So each child can have a RFID band or a RFID card like this, and whenever the child gets inside the bus or gets outside the bus, the parents can get a notification. Even the school can get a notification. So the safety and security of the child can be ensured using this system at a very low cost. Now, this concludes the demo from the user point of view. Now I'll show you the demo from the administrator point of view. So now I will log in as an administrator. So let me log in as an administrator now. So now I've logged in as an administrator. Here you can see there's a tab called trackers and a tab called users. In trackers, if I click on trackers, here you can add a new tracker into the system. So if I click on add tracker, you can put the tracker name, IMEI number, model number, you can set the model, protocol, date of installation, icon text, tracker expiry, all the information about the tracker can be entered here. And what features are there in the tracker, you can enter here. For example, SOS button is there, or maybe driver directory is there, or RFID, icon, whatever is there, you can enter it here. Now, once you've added a tracker, you have to add users also. So I go to user management, where I already have a lot of users, but if I want to add a new user, I click on add account. Here I can enter the username, password, created by reseller name, company name, contact name, gender. Suppose you are in Trinidad and Tobago, but if you want to create a reseller in, let us say, nearby country or a nearby island, you can do that. So each reseller can have his own admin access. So not only can you track your own vehicles, your reseller can also create accounts, add accounts, modify accounts, add customers themselves using the admin access that you can provide to them. Features, you can decide what features you want to give to your customers, what features you don't want to give to your customers. For example, if I click on full features, you have all the features. But suppose you want to charge extra for school management or student management, so you can uncheck from here, and if they pay more, you can enable that feature. So that way, you can even the reports also you can decide what reports you want to give to your customer, what reports you don't want to give to customer. Even the maps also you can decide what maps you want to give, what maps you don't want to give. Now after this, okay, payments means whenever your customers make payments, you can make the entry here, so that if they don't make the payment, their account will get blocked automatically. So they will come to you, and when you receive the payment, you can enable their service. So that way you can make sure that you receive the customer payment from your customers. Now after this admin login, there's one more level of login which I'll show you. It is called the super user login or the root login. So now I will log in as a super user. This is the login as a super user. There's a dashboard where I can see how many licenses do I have and how many have I issued and how many are available. Here I can see the server load, how many requests are coming on the server. In the database statistics, I can see how many records are there available on the server, what all processes are running, I can see here. And log information means who all are logging into the system, I can see. So the IP address of the customer who has logged in, which time zone, which browser, all the information I can see from here. Now after the dashboard, I can go to users. Users mean the administrators. So whatever administrators I've created, I can see from here. Then I can see the database. If I want to take the backup of the database, I can do it from here. If I want to delete some records, I can do it from here. So I don't have to go to the server. I can do all these things remotely from the browser. Then payments. Payments between you and your admins or your resellers, you can do it from here. So if whenever they make the payment, you can make the entry here. Then we have reports for the license utilization and the payment report. So you can see how many licenses have been utilized and what all payments have been received by your by you from your customer. So this concludes the the root login. We also have apps for the Android and the iOS. If you take the software, we can also give you the apps in your brand, which you can which we can upload on Google Play Store or Apple Store, and your customers can download and see their vehicles from the app. And this app does two purposes. One is tracking, and second, to convert the mobile phone into a tracker. So in the app, if you put a tick mark on mobile tracking on, like the vehicle that I showed you, that mobile phone will also start behaving like a tracker. So wherever the tracker goes, for suppose you give it to the children, to a child, so the parents can see where the child is on the same software. So that way, a big market can be opened because every smartphone can also work like a tracker. So this concludes the demo, and I hope you enjoyed it. And if you have any questions, please feel free to ask me. Thank you very much.
No, well, from what I'm seeing, it's capable of doing everything that we need in our company.
Okay.
For our employee vehicles. Well, it's not the employees' vehicle; it's our vehicles that the employees use, and it looks perfect for everything that we need in regards to the capabilities.
Thank you.
Yes. I don't know if Bobby may have any questions that he may want to ask, but Bobby would have to type his stuff.
Bobby, are you there?
You want to in also. Yeah, but you can use a cell phone as a tag team. You could look into that. Yeah, definitely. Yeah. We'll discuss it as see operations. We can discuss it as a to look into.
Did Bobby type something? Okay, yeah. Is written something? I'm good.
Yeah, right. Is it possible for us to do like a demo, or do we need to purchase a license and before you start to use the software?
See, I can after this demo, I will send you an email. I will give you the user and password which I use to give you the demo, so you can play with the software yourself. You can see the features yourself, and I will also make a video of. I've also recorded this session, so I will send you the recording of this demo so that you can go through the recording once again, and everything will be clear to you. And I will also send you the user manual of the software, and I will also send you the pricing of the software and the hardware devices, so you can go through all the information.
Yes.
Send you after the demo, and then if you have any questions, feel free to let me know. Can I have your email address as well? I have Bobby's email address.
Okay,
or should I Bobby?
Yeah.
Okay, fine. So I will send you and Bobby, I will send both of you the email after this session about all the things that we discussed today, and then we can take it further from there. Thank you very much for your time.
Okay.
And have a
Sounds
nice.
great.
Thank you. Bye bye.
Yeah.
Bye, Bobby. Sorry, couldn't speak to you, but maybe next time.